Yo, what's going on? It's Kamal Robinson. I'm back again. Listen, got a quick question for y'all. Let's get right into this. How many of y'all got sons and daughters? A lot of y'all, I'm quite sure, got a son and or a daughter. So listen, my next question is, have you defined your purpose? What's your purpose? What does your goals look like? What's your dream look like, right? The simple answer for most of us, we say, we want money. Everybody wants more money, right? Everybody wants more money. But now the next question is what does that look like? If you had an extra $10,000 a month, what would you do with it? So what does it look like? Define your purpose. Define your purpose. Define your purpose. Then paint a mental picture of it. What does it look like? Right? Now, I ask you if you had a son or daughter, because for most of us, for a lot of us, our sons and a daughter is the reason that we get up and grind, right? A lot of us, our sons and our daughters, is the reason we get up and grind. For some of us, that takes us above and beyond. For another of us, we do just enough just to take care of them, just to provide the necessities. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that, but what I am saying is that as human beings, I feel is that it's our right. It's our right that we strive to be the best us that we can be, that we strive to reach and maximize our full potential. If not for us, but if not for us, it's for the fact that we got some children that's watching us. We got sons and daughters that's watching us. And I feel that we should always want better for them than we have for us. But remember, we're the first example. We're the guidance. We're the example. We're the ones that they see and follow every day. So if we're not setting that standard, then who's going to set the standard for them? And for whoever's setting the standard for them, what type of quality is that standard? What does that standard even look like? Is it the standard? Is it something that's going to push them to strive for greatness? Is it something that's going to push them to be extraordinary? Or is it something that's going to push them to be ordinary and just do enough just to fit in? Right? So define your purpose. What drives you? What does it look like? What do your goals look like? What do you want? What do you want? I want you to ask yourself that. Sit down right now. Seriously, if you haven't already, because this is important. This is important. This is extremely important for your success, for our success as individuals and as people. Define our purpose. What does it look like? Why do you get up and grind? Now, for some people, and maybe even for a lot of people, if I ask them, why do you get up and grind? You know what they might say? And I hope that you're not one of them. But even if you are, then I'm hoping I can say the right things that will change your mind and make you have a paradigm shift. All right? So if you're one of the people who say, I get up and grind because I got bills, now that's the simple answer. That's the simple answer. That's the short answer. That's also the shallow answer. There's no depth to that. If your main reason for getting up, for going to work and grinding every day, 5, 6 days a week, 12 hours, 14 hours, 16 hours a day, if your purpose for doing that is just to pay your bills, to pay that phone bill, to pay that electric bill, to pay that car note, to pay that insurance, to pay the water bill, if that's your purpose, then I feel sorry for you. I'm sorry to say, because that's a shallow purpose. And I can almost, and I will bet my life, if you're a person, and I'm not saying this to throw shade, but like I said, if you're that person and you watching this, then I hope that I can say something to ignite some type of spark within you, to make you have a paradigm shift and say, hold up. Let me reevaluate my life. Let me reevaluate things. If that's the case for you, then I'm hoping that after you watch me and listen to me, you'll say, man, hold up. Let me reevaluate some things because this just ain't right. All right. So for some of us, that's what gets us up, and that's what gets us up. And the bad thing is that that's all it does is it gets us up. It gets us enough. It gets us up, and it motivates us to do just enough just to get by. It motivates it motivates us to do just enough just to get by, just to pay your bills, and then you back at zero and you do it all over again the next week. It's like Groundhog Day. It's like running on one of them hamster wheels. You just running, you running, you running, you running nonstop, but making no progression. So I ask you again to define your purpose. What's your goal? And again, don't just say it's money that I want. Or some people might say I want financial freedom, because that's one of the common answers these days. I want financial freedom. But if you want financial freedom, what does it look like? What does that look like? Let me give you an example. For me, right? I have 3 daughters. I asked y'all if y'all have sons and daughters. It's one of the reasons I asked why. I have 3 daughters, right? One of the things that I've learned, or I've come to realize that in my short time as being a parent, there's a lot of things that's going on in the world today. The world seems way more vast these days because of the technology, because of the internet. So there's a lot of things that children can get caught up in and pulled in so many different directions, right? It's easy to get pulled in so many different directions, especially when they're young, because they're far more impressionable. It's a little more difficult. It's different for us as adults, or at least it should be, because we know a little more. So some stuff we can see the nonsense, we can see the BS, and we can look past it and brush it off and say, hey, but it's not so simple for a child, because they're young, they're inexperienced, and they're impressionable. So they can get dragged and pulled in different directions. So we got to set and lay down certain foundations. So anyway, what I'm getting at, and that might have been a little bit off the topic, but again, I have 3 daughters. So what I've learned is, and this is what I want to do with my daughters, and this is a part of my purpose. This is a small part of the purpose, because I have a much grand purpose, and I'm not going to get into that in this video, but it's very grand, and it's beautiful, and it's scary, but that's why I love it. It scares me, but I love it. That motivates me, that keeps me going, that keeps me encouraged, and it keeps me pushing myself. And that's what I want to do that's what I want to do for everybody. I want to push and inspire and encourage everybody to step outside the comfort zone, because there's no growth in the comfort zone. So anyway, let me get back to my purpose, a small part of my purpose, my daughters, Kada, Diari, and Gianni. Gianni is the oldest, she's 12. Diari is 5, Kada is 3, about to be 4 next month, inshallah, right? My daughters, my youngest ones, especially the young ones, their personalities are starting to develop. You know, they have their personality, and it's actually kind of cool watching them, because they're unique. They're different from each other. Like when they was young, I kind of thought, you know, out of my ignorance, again, I'm fairly new to parenting, but I'm still learning. It's a learning process, so don't judge me too much. So I thought they were kind of going to be the same, but as you get older, you learn like, nah, they're not going to be the same. They're 2 distinct individuals. They have the individual personalities, and this is beautiful. I'm loving it. I see it. I'm watching it, you know, grow and materialize. It's a beautiful thing watching it. So anyway, back to my point. Diari likes to dance. Particularly, she likes ballet. So as a parent, right, and I believe that all of us as parents, responsible parents, I believe it's our duty to expose our children to as many activities, to as many positive activities as possible. Why? Because simply, you want your child to be able to find, as young as possible, I believe at least, you want them to find their passion. You want them to be involved. You want them to be involved with what they're passionate about. But you won't know, or we won't know what they're passionate about, unless we can expose them to different opportunities and experiences. So for Diari with ballet, she likes to dance. Like Michael Jackson comes on, I mean, she follows his choreography. Like she loves Mike. She loves the dance moves. Kada, not so. Right? What I learned about Kada, my grandparents, my mom and dad bought Kada's little piano that it stays at their house, right? Now Kada, she's an active youth. Both of them are active, but Diari is more easier for her to sit down. If I pull out a book, I say, Yaya, that's her nickname. Yaya, come, let's sit down, let's read. She'll sit down and read. Kada sit down for all of 120 seconds, and then she up and gone. It's like you really gotta, it's hard to keep her focused on something. But what I've seen is when she sat at that piano, she sits still and she's focused. And I noticed that. Things we got to learn as parents. We gotta notice certain things with our children, right? And I've sat there and I watched her and I've seen her play with the keys. And a few times she's put together a nice few tunes. It's like, hey, you put something together there, right? So that could very well be her niche. That could be her passion. But I would never know until I can get her in front of an instructor, in front of that instrument, that tool, for a long enough period to where she can actually play with it and really see if this is what she wants to do and what she's passionate about. Same thing for Johnny, who likes to play basketball. You get into certain leagues, you got to travel, you got to drive. Now, overall, this is usually the difficult thing when it comes to things like that, is it comes down to money, because obviously this type of stuff costs money. Price ranges kind of varies, depending on where you go. I know me, I want the best, and I want to expose them to these things. So putting myself in a position to where I can make sure they're exposed to as many of the arts and even of the sciences as possible is very high on my list, and is actually one of the things that drives me to do what I do. That's why I got this little office behind me, right? It's what inspired me to continue to start and build businesses. I'm a businessman. I'm an aspiring entrepreneur, but I'm a businessman. Now I say I'm an aspiring entrepreneur because I still actually work a job, but I work my business part-time again, which is why this office is here. This is why I come and I get things done. But part of what drives me, a small part of what drives me is my daughters. I want to be able to put them in these classes. I want them to be able to do these different things. Diari also like gymnastics. Like, I got a little gym in my basement. She watches me work out. She's usually down here with me. She uses both of them, Kate and Diari, uses my dip bar as a jungle gym. They love it. And I love to see them active. I love to see them active, and I love for them to see me active. Because fitness, and there's another thing that I'm passionate about. I'm going to get to that in a few minutes. Now, y'all might laugh at me, but it's all good, because I want to share myself with y'all so y'all can understand where I'm coming from, and we can build and bond. And you might can relate to my story. You might not, but I still want to share myself with me so you know exactly who you're talking to. So anyway, fitness is one of my passions, and I hope that I can inspire them to do the same thing for themselves, because we want to strengthen our minds, we want to strengthen our bodies. So if they see me working out, they see me, day after day, week after week, they're seeing me active, they see me physical, they see me working out. Hopefully, as they grow and get older, that becomes second nature for them, and they do it. And gymnastics is something else that I would love to put all of them in. If I could do it myself, I would do it myself, again, because I love fitness, right? So not only as far as having the money, which is why I took advantage of this opportunity that I'm in right now, which is one of the opportunities that I also want to share with you guys, because this is one of the most amazing opportunities that's upon us right now, and is at the ground level as far as the stages the company is in. But I'm gonna get into that later. Having the money, having a financial freedom, having the financial strength to do things like that for your children. Put them in different programs so they can grow, so their minds can expand, so they can be creative, so they can learn the arts and they can learn the sciences, and they can find their passions early and get started early. For me, that's a lot. That's amazing. That's something to get up and strive for. That makes my heart sing. What makes your heart sing? What makes your heart sing? That makes my heart sing. The thought of that. And I can see it so clearly that when I wake up, I have to bring this to fruition for my girls, right? I love them. For my girls, that makes my heart sing. That drives me to strive to be an entrepreneur, to start a business, to take the risks, to take the sacrifices, to go for it, to build, to grow, to learn, to strive for something bigger than me. Right? Remember, we were, I'm quite sure you remember the days when you didn't have kids. It was just you. You can party and be reckless and get wasted and do all that and sleep in and just because it was just you. But now when you got children, we got somebody else to think about. It's not just about us no more. Everything we do directly influences them. So every move we make, every step we take, we got to keep them in mind, right? We got to keep the sons and daughters in mind because our actions directly affect them. And I want the best for mine. So having the money to be able to put them in different programs, whether music, whether ballet, whether basketball, whether gymnastics, that's where I want them at. And also because we live in a world where a lot of us are slaves to the screens, TV screens, computer screens, all these different devices, these screens, and I don't want them to fall into that category. I'm not going to shield them from it because it's inevitable. It's kind of a part of life right now. It's part of a life, so I don't want to shield them from it. But at the same time, I want them to learn and realize that it's a bigger world out here. It's much bigger than just what's on the screen in front of them. So we got to expose them to as many things as possible, as soon as possible, and as rapidly as possible. But we have to have the necessary means to do so. We got to have the necessary means to do so. And right now, if you don't have the means to do so, then it's the time for us to start thinking, okay, how can we get this done so we can benefit the children? What can we do to put ourselves in a position to do this for the little ones? That's what I bring to the table. That's what I'm actually going to, matter of fact, below this video, you're going to see a link. Click the link at any time because it's a hell of an opportunity that I'm presenting and I'm not selling nothing. All I'm offering is information to one of the greatest opportunities since Uber, since Facebook, since Amazon. Now, we missed out on them. Don't miss out on this. Don't let skepticism, don't let your fear of something new, don't let your fear of being great prevent you from taking 10 minutes to look at some information that could possibly change our financial status, that can put us in a whole nother tax bracket. But anyway, so my girls, that's what makes my heart sing. Now I'm asking you, what makes your heart sing? Because more than likely, if you haven't defined that, you're not living. You're getting up and you're kind of moving like a robot. You're kind of just doing Groundhog Day. You on autopilot, doing the same thing over and over, not really getting anywhere. But once you can define your purpose and you can visualize it, and it's something that makes your heart sing, you're going to get up and you're going to grind. I get up and I'm going to grind. I still work. I'm you. I still work, but I still run a business part-time. I work full-time to make a living, and I work part-time to build my fortune for myself and for my family. One of the reasons is because I need my kids in everything. Extracurricular activities, everything. I need them engaged in everything. I'm trying to keep them away from all the negative stuff as much as possible. I need them to be engaged in positive stuff, things that's going to benefit their minds, their bodies, and their spirits. And if I need to finance it, I need to be in a position to finance it. Now, also, the other thing is, it's not all about financing it because there's some people that got money, that got a lot of money, but don't have no time. Just imagine if you could finance everything, but you're in a position, and this is how I position myself, but we're in a position to where we can not only finance it, but since we're on our own schedule and not nobody else's, we can make sure they get there. So everybody's working around our schedule. We're working around our schedule. So when my daughter got to get to dance class, or she got to get to Islamic studies, and one daughter got to get to music class, and the other daughter got to play basketball, and the other daughter got to get to Islamic studies, I'm making sure they're there because I create my own schedule. I'm not on nobody else's time. We're on our. That makes my heart sing. What makes your heart sing? If you don't know, then it's time to sit down and figure it out. Define your purpose. Map it out, visualize it, write it down, right? Another thing, this is one more example from me now. You might trip on me. So I have my own hobbies. I have my own interests. There's things that I want to do. There's things that I'm passionate about. There's things that when I think about it and I visualize it, It brings a smile to my lips. It makes my heart sing, right? I've been into fitness since 18. I love fitness. I'm in my 30s. Fitness has always been my thing. Ever since I grew up in my father's house, my parents' house, we always had a weight bench. My brothers used to work out. My dad used to play ball. My brothers used to play ball. We played handball. We played wall ball. We played ping pong. We were always active. That's what I grew up under. So I think naturally for me to work out, those were my examples to see. So naturally for me, I wanted to work out because I wanted to be like my brothers. I wanted to be like my pops. So I worked out. As I got older, I took it to another level because now I'm working out and I'm learning. I know exactly how to target certain things. And it got to the point where I'm creating workouts. I'm creating new exercises. It was an exciting thing for me. My body went through all types of transformations. I'm creating different workouts. I'm trying them, I'm applying them, and they're working. I've created hundreds of workouts for clients, for family, for friends, right? I've had a ball with fitness, and I love fitness, and I'm an advocate for fitness. Okay, but at this point in my life, now I'm gonna keep it real with you. It's a little more difficult at this stage in my life to stay consistent like I was back then, right? I was extremely motivated. These days, it takes some extra oomph for me to get up and come in this basement and work out, right? I hate to say I'm losing my passion, but I think that's what it is. I'm losing it because I'm seeking something that's really gonna like that and ignite that fire again, right? So a few years ago, I used to box. That's what boxing did for me. I wasn't a professional boxer, but I just did it to train. And plus, you know, if you gotta hold your own, it's always good to know you gotta be confident that if it goes down, you gotta be able to hold your own, right? So you gotta be able to throw hands. But the training part of it is what lit the fire on it because now it's like I don't gotta sit down and create it. Somebody else created it for me, right? Nothing wrong with being creative. That was also one of the things I loved about working out was creating a workout. So it kind of got my wheels going. It got the wheels turning. It allowed me to create, okay? Allowed me to create. But still, having something new from somebody else, it was like a breath of fresh air. It was like, and it challenged me. It challenged me. So at this point, now that was some years ago, but at this point in my life, I have a passion. It's something that I passionately want to do, and I need the time to do it. And so I've taken the steps, and I've embarked upon a journey, and I've taken a business opportunity to make sure I set myself right so I can do exactly what I want to do. And what do I want to do? Don't laugh at me, all right? Don't laugh. I want to learn a martial art. I want to master a martial art, specifically Wing Chun. Wing Chun, right? Have you ever seen a movie Ip Man or IP Man, IPMAN Man? That was his style, Wing Chun. Google it. Look at the style. But that's what I want to learn. That's what I want to do. I passionately want to do that. When I think about that, the freedom to be able to do something that I'm passionate about doing, that lights the fire up under me. So again, I'm gonna ask you, what's your passion? Define your purpose. What makes your heart sing? That makes my heart sing. The thought of me going to a dojo, having a sifu, I think it's a sifu, a master. I think the word is sifu. I could be wrong, but I'm gonna just say master for now, a Yoda, right? That's what I want to do. And honestly, right now, I'm not in a position to do it. I've set myself up strategically to get there, right? That's where I'm at. I'm still on a journey, and I'm sharing something with you guys that can literally change our lives. Look at that link, that button below this video. Click that link. Click that button at any given time throughout this video. Give yourself 10 minutes because that information could change your life. What that's doing for me right now, how it's positioned me, it's a beautiful thing, man. So anyway, that makes my heart sing. That's part of my purpose. That's part of the reason why I get up and I go and I do these videos and I spent this money on my little office, my little modest office that I got in my basement. But it's the reason I grind. It's a Saturday. Saturdays and Sundays, I'm still up. at 5:45 in the morning. My passion wakes me up. I can't sleep until I know that I got the time and I got the finances to do everything that I want to do on my time. That's what I want for us. That's what I want for us, that we can do whatever we want to do for ourselves, for our sons and our daughters, that we can do it to death. We can do it big. We can do how we want to do it, and we can do it the way it's supposed to be done. On our schedule, not having to ask anybody, ask permission, not having to even let somebody know. We just get up and do it. A lot of us might want to travel. You might be able to just want to get up and go. Now, I would love to be able to do that myself. That's another part of the passion that makes my heart sing. It makes my heart sing. Define your passion. Define your purpose. What do you want and what does it look like? What does it look like? Don't just say you want money. Don't just say you want to be rich, but paint the mental picture. What exactly does it look like? Once you can paint that picture, then you 10 steps closer to getting it. Because now you got something to focus on. Because if we don't have a target, we can't hit something we can't see. It's that simple. If there's no target, you have nothing to hit. What are you going to aim at? You be taking shots in the dark. You be taking shots in the dark. So we got to define the purpose. We got to define it. We got to know exactly what it is and exactly what we want. Then once we know exactly what we want, we can chase it. But more importantly is, once we know exactly what we want, we got to have a vehicle in order to get there. So it's steps to this. There's steps to it. Define what you want, then find a vehicle to get you there. That's what I bring to the table. Again, there's a link at the bottom of this video. Click that link. 10 minutes. 10 minutes of information can literally change our lives. It can change our financial status. Once we define what we want, then we got to find the proper vehicle to get us there. And what I'm telling you right here, right now, is that I have the perfect opportunity, the perfect vehicle to drive us there and get us there in style. And get us there in style. Listen, we've missed opportunities. If you think about Facebook, you think about Uber, think about these companies. A lot of these companies weren't even around 10, 15, 20 years ago. We was here when they wasn't here. They here now. And they big, they huge. I mean, they're billion-dollar companies. And we ain't make nothing off of them. We missed those opportunities. Think about how much money you would have made had you invested in Facebook when Facebook first started. Or if you would have invested in Amazon when Amazon first started. If you would have invested in Uber when Uber first started. If you would have invested in Netflix when Netflix first started, up until this point right now, we would have major bank. We would have bank. We missed out on those. There's always going to be more opportunities to come. And there's one that's right here, right now. Don't miss out. It's cool to be curious. I'm going to say it's kind of half-assed cool to be skeptical. But you can't be too overly skeptical, because if you're overly skeptical, you're going to miss out on the next Amazon. You're going to miss out on the next Facebook. You're going to miss out on the next Uber and Netflix. And a lot of us are going to continue to do it because all we know is to work a job. That's all we've been trained to do, and that's all we know. So anything else, we scared, we skeptical. Don't let your skepticism kill off your opportunities. Don't let your skepticism keep you at a lowly position. Don't let your skepticism keep you a slave to an employer, being a lifetime employee, working 16 hours a day, doing doubles and working 2 jobs, and ain't got enough time to do nothing else. You paying your bills, but you ain't got enough time to do nothing else. You burnt out, you overworking, you underpaid. And a lot of us is already in that position. If you're in that position and you're aware of the position, you want to change it, perfect opportunity is right here, right now. Take advantage. I'm telling you, we sitting on a gold mine right now. This is the new Uber. This is the new Facebook. And it's at the ground level right now. Click that link. 10 minutes. 10 minutes of information. I'm not selling nothing. All I'm doing is sharing information. That's all I'm here to do. Enlighten. Hopefully motivate. Hopefully ignite a spark in some of us. Get us to take advantage of the opportunities that's here. Define your purpose. Find what makes your heart sing. And then once you define it, I'm telling you, we got the perfect vehicle to where we can bring it to life. We can make it happen. We can bring it to fruition. We can live it. What I'm saying is we can live it. Define your purpose. Once you define your purpose, find a vehicle that's going to get you there. If you're having trouble finding a vehicle that's going to get you there, I'm telling you right here, right now, we have the perfect opportunity right now that's going to take us there. Beyond a shadow of a doubt, is going to take us there. Use that common sense of yours. I know the common sense ain't so common. Use that common sense of yours and take advantage of information, baby. This is the information age. All I'm presenting is information. I hate to keep repeating myself. Define your purpose. Define it. What does it look like? I gave you an example of mine. That's all I'm asking us to do. Let's define our purpose. Let's paint that mental picture. Draw it out in our minds. Visualize it. Visualize it so well and draw it out so well that you can see it, you can touch it, you can taste it, you can smell it, and you can hear it. And then take the necessary steps to bringing it to fruition. That's what I'm saying. Let's step it up. Let's take it to the next level. But it all starts with defining your purpose, right? What makes your heart sing? What do you want? Because I can tell you what I want for us. I want for us the financial freedom, the economic strength. I want all that. I want the money. I want the cars. I want it all. But again, my purpose is much grander. I'm not going to give you the grand vision, but I gave you a small part of it. Like I said, it makes my heart sing. Every time I think about it, I got to go. I got to get down here. I got to create. I got to think. I got to motivate myself. I got to motivate others. I got to go. I got places to go, man. Let's go. All right. So I'm done, man. I ain't going to wrap y'all head off, man. My name's Kamal Robinson, right? Below this video is a button that says learn more. When I'm presenting to you, when I'm presenting to us, what I bring forth, like I said prior, there's an opportunity that's upon us right now. There's an opportunity that's upon us right now that we would be foolish to let past us without at least giving it the air, without at least giving it 10 minutes of our attention. Because what I'm saying, and I'm going to say it again, 10 minutes of information could literally change our lives, could literally change our financial status. It could put us in a new zip code. It can put us in a whole nother tax bracket. 10 minutes of information. Check it out. Don't let skepticism kill your dreams. Don't let fear kill your dreams. Don't let fear of the unknown kill your dreams and keep you at a lowly position. Strive. Let's strive. Let's strive together to maximize and reach our full potentials as individuals and as groups and as communities. And more importantly, let's teach that to the youth, because if we can teach it to our youth when they're 3 years old and 5 years old, just imagine where they're going to be once they get to their teens and when they get to our age. You get what I'm saying? Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Think about where they would be if we teach them, if we start with ourselves and we teach them. They'd be like 10, 15 years ahead of a lot of people. But it all starts with you. Define your passion. What's your purpose? Define it. Clearly define it. And let's get it. Kamal Robinson, man. Click that link below this video. Like I said, 10 minutes. I'm not selling nothing. All I'm doing is sharing information. This is a share of information. I'm out of here, man. Y'all be cool. Have a productive day. And remember, in order for things to change, we got to change. It starts with us first. Define your purpose, man. Define your purpose. Visualize it. And let's get at it. Peace and blessings.